Good morning, it's JC. It's not so early in the morning, but it's not early enough for you to hear this raw story by Travis Geddes. I truly believe this. I don't think it's a fabrication. I don't think it's some kind of conspiracy theory. I think it's a fucking fact. Donald Trump is a Russian plant. And so apparently, so does the former Republican lawmaker who's talking with CNN. His name is Joe Walsh. And I want to play this article for you because it's damn well true. Trump is nothing more than a Putin puppet and a 1% oligarch Elon Musk puppet and a Thiel, or however you pronounce his name, puppet. Trump is not the president of the United States. He's a puppet. And here's what they want. If something were to happen to Donald Trump, they want Vance in there because Vance is a real puppet for the oligarchs of the United States. Putin would probably prefer to have Trump in because Trump is Putin's puppet. So you've got two levels here. Trump, Putin's puppet, and Vance, the puppet of the oligarchs and the tech industry in the United States. And if either one of them gets to, if Trump is no longer president, then Vance is, and we're in just as bad or worse shape. So this whole regime sucks, and we've got to do something to fix our country. So let's listen to this.
Cuts off ex-lawmaker accusing Trump of being a Russian plant. A former Republican lawmaker accused President Donald Trump of possibly being a Russian asset, but CNN's Jim Sciutto cut him off and redirected him. Joe Walsh, a former GOP congressman and briefly a candidate in the 2020 Republican primary, veered off topic in a panel conversation about voters losing confidence in Trump's handling of the economy and suggested the basic elements of the Russiagate saga might be accurate. "I apologize, Jim, I can't move past what we just talked about in the last segment," Walsh said. "Donald Trump is saying everything Vladimir Putin would say, and you mentioned the American people generally don't care about what's going on over there, in Ukraine. The American president right now could be a plant, could be a Russian asset. I mean, think about that. Here I am, I know it's early in the morning to say something like that, but think about that, and if the American people don't care about that Putin might have something on Trump, that he's an asset, that he's a plant, that he's doing the bidding of Vladimir Putin, if the American people don't care about that, well, I'm sorry to get off the topic." Also read, relishing in the cruelty, CNN guest lays into Trump over bullied 11-year-old's death. "The thing is, listen," Sciutto said, interrupting Walsh. "We don't have evidence of that. I mean, the point about their positions being aligned, I think, is a different one." "Identical," Walsh replied. "Everything he's done, everything he's said for 8 or 9 years is exactly what Vladimir Putin would say and want him to do." In that earlier segment Walsh referenced, he claimed that Senate Republicans were disturbed by Trump cutting off aid to Ukraine and sidelining its leaders as the U.S. and Russia carve up the nation's territory and resources as conditions to end the Russian invasion. "Straight up, he's siding with Putin," Walsh said. "Yeah, the President of the United States is siding with Vladimir Putin, period. I know privately this is just pissing off Senate Republicans, especially, but Trump's hold on this party is 1,000 times stronger than it was before November. So I think even among Senate Republicans, you're going to hear just a few grumbles when they should be publicly outraged about this. Watch the video below or at this link.
You should be publicly outraged, and you should call your senators and representatives and raise hell with them about Trump meeting with Putin, or Trump and the Russians, or Vance and the Russians, whoever's going to Saudi Arabia to meet. And I don't know if the meeting has happened already. I thought it happened yesterday, but maybe it hasn't yet. Trump was grumbling about Biden was going to put us in a third world war. This is the third world war, and Trump's starting it because Europe has vowed to defend the Ukraine. And if Trump puts us on with Russia and goes over and tries to start something in the Ukraine by sending troops or something, our troops are going to be fighting troops from Europe. They're going to be fighting troops from Britain and France. And that will be World War III. It'll be the United States and Russia against all of Europe. and it's the stupidest thing that could ever happen. But it will be the World War III that Trump warned us about when Biden was in office. But it will be caused by Donald Trump and his being a sycophant of Putin. And so I don't know what you think. I'm thoroughly satisfied that Trump is a Russian puppet, that Trump's golden showers or whatever that they have on him is the reason that he's kissing Putin's ass so much. And that another reason is just that Trump is a weakling. He's a milquetoast. And he can't stand up on his own. He talks big, he boasts big. When it comes to actually being able to stand behind his commitments, he can't do it. He's a loser. Trump is just a pussy, as we used to say. And I know that's a terrible word. It's not politically correct. But if there ever was a pussy, Trump is a pussy. And that's what he is. This is JC, St. Louis's oldest living hippie, saying, "Pox some more, Jack, and keep on trucking."